We've seen beginners ruin their manga protagonists in 3 surprisingly common ways. You build a character, draw the outfit, map out the power system, and yet still, something's off. Readers aren't connecting, and you don't know why. In this video, we're breaking down the 3 biggest character design mistakes that lead to forgettable manga protagonists. And we're revealing the exact ingredients pro manga editors look for when deciding if a character truly works. After helping over 400 beginner mangakas craft their one-shots alongside pro mangaka mentors with over 50 years of combined industry experience, we've seen what captures readers and what kills a story before page 1. By the end of this video, you won't just understand what makes a manga protagonist interesting. You'll know how to make them unforgettable. Stick around for a bonus tip at the end. It's something most beginners miss. Mistake number 1. Giving your protagonist a personality, but no purpose. When you're cooking up a new character, what's your main ingredient? Is it personality, cool design, a unique voice? Let's ask someone who actually works with mangakas for a living. Our mentor, Vivi. She's a pro manga editor with over 10 years of experience, working with big names like Comics, the host of the Silent Manga Edition, and Kadokawa, the publisher behind Bungo Stray Dogs and Lucky Star. So yeah, she knows what she's talking about. When we asked Vivi, what makes a protagonist interesting? Here's what she said.
First is the goal. So what does the protagonist want? This is very important because what the protagonists want will drive the story and give character purpose.
So, when you're building a new protagonist, ask yourself, what do they want to do? Who do they want to be? All those things breathe life into your character. They become more than just ink on a page. But here's the thing. A character's goal is closely tied to their motivations. Their goal is what they want. Their motivation is why they want it. Take Naruto, for example. His goal? Become the Hokage. But his motivation? He wants to be accepted. That's what drives everything he does. And it ties into the story's themes: friendship, belonging, and acceptance. Not sure what your character's goal is yet? No problem. Start by writing a list of possible motivation. They can be basic human desires like wanting to survive, wanting to get stronger, and whatever else you can think of. The key is to make it relatable. Readers should be able to empathize with your protagonist if you want them to be invested. Now, let's take a peek at how pro mangakas create compelling characters. According to Hirohiko Araki, the creator of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure,
when I'm creating a new character, before I do any drawing, I always write a character history. To me, it's something akin to a chef's secret seasoning.
For Araki-sensei, backstory is what keeps characters consistent. If your character's timid and unathletic, they shouldn't suddenly pull off a backflip in a fight scene unless there's a reason. He even fills out a character sheet, which kind of looks like a resume, to make sure every action makes sense and he fully understands his protagonist. But don't worry, you don't have to go that far just yet. Ultimately, your protagonist just needs a goal, clear motivation, and some backstory to tie it all together. Let's go back to Naruto. He grew up an orphan. No parents, no family, the villagers ignored him. Or worse, hated him. He'd sit on a swing alone, watching other kids get picked up by their families, day after day. How do you think Naruto felt at this moment? Sad? Lonely? Envious? So what does he do? He sets his eyes on the one person the entire village respects, the Hokage. And that's when his dream was born. His goal to become Hokage comes from his motivation to be accepted. And just like that, you care about him. You want to see him succeed. You want to know how his story ends, so you keep turning the page. That's the power of a strong backstory. It's the secret ingredient to making a protagonist that readers truly care about. So, what's your character's story? Do they have a dream, a driving force, a painful memory? If you want to create your first manga with pro-Japanese mangakas and a pro-manga editor personally going over your work and giving you feedback every step of the way, then book a free manga consultation call with us. We'll give you an exact roadmap on what you need to do next. Ready to transform your manga journey? Check out the link in the description to book your free call. Mistake number 2, making a flawless, aka boring protagonist. Ever wonder why your favorite character is your favorite? Is it their looks, powers, or maybe something deeper? Like how relatable they are. That last one is huge, especially in manga. We connect to characters through their struggles, like how Naruto wants to belong, or how Tanjiro fights for his remaining family. We feel their struggle, even if we've never lived it ourselves. But here's a trap a lot of beginners fall into. They want to make a perfect protagonist. They forget to add one crucial ingredient: flaws. According to Vivi,
Flaws are important because they make characters relatable. So the more relatable there are, the more you can use those flaws to make the character grow throughout the story.
if your MC never fails, never struggles, you lose your audience. Because perfect characters, they're boring. This is what's often called a Mary Sue or Gary Stu, a character who's unrealistically perfect with no weaknesses or personal struggles. And this is the biggest mistake you need to avoid. Here's a tip. Instead of creating a cool character who's good at everything, give them a real flaw, something grounded in their backstory, goal, and motivation. Take Hinata from Haikyuu. His goal? Become a top volleyball player. His motivation? Prove that short players can still fly. His flaws? He's short, inexperienced, gets nervous easily, and rushes into things. But that's what makes him relatable. And watching him grow is what makes him compelling. If he started out as a volleyball prodigy with everything going on for him, then the story wouldn't be as exciting. There'd be no journey, no tension, no real reason to root for him. So think, what are my character's flaws? How do those flaws create obstacles in my story? And how will those flaws help them grow? Think of your character as a real person, someone shaped by their experiences, dreams, and trauma. Maybe a past betrayal made them guarded. Maybe their ambition caused them to neglect their relationships. These kinds of flaws create conflict, both internal and external, and it gives you something meaningful to develop across your story. Just make sure your character's flaws are balanced by their strengths. Think of Deku from My Hero Academia. He's selfless to a fault, literally breaking his body to help others. But that flaw is also part of what makes him heroic. Over time, he learns to value himself more. That's growth. And that's the kind of transformation and journey you want to take your readers on. Perfect characters don't leave an impression. It's the ones who struggle, break, and rise again that readers connect with. Mistake number 3. Great look, wrong story. You can often tell who a character is before they say a single word. Their look speaks volumes. Hair, silhouette, clothes, posture, expression. Every visual detail says something. That's the power of character design. Great character design is crucial to create a good manga protagonist, because the moment a reader lays eyes on your protagonist, they're already learning something about them. They're giving them signals like, I'm mischievous, I'm a high school student, I'm serious, but I'm also a kid. The goal isn't to make them look cool, it's to make them seen. What do I mean? Their design needs to reflect their character. And most importantly, it needs to make sense to the plot. Take a look at this character design by Jose, one of our students who's making a one-shot. He designed Nano, a sharp, tomboyish protagonist from a working-class town. She gets a spot at the elite 3-Island Academy, a place that's just begun accepting middle to lower income students. When our pro mentor Vivi saw this design, she didn't know she was a student or that the story was going to be set in a school, specifically an elite academy. And when you think elite academy, you typically think fancy uniforms, right?
She can have that outfit when she's on her off time, but right now you are telling a story that happens in school, so it makes sense that she has to be in a school uniform.
It's things like this that an editor will look out for when helping mangakas plan out their manga. So ask yourself,
does this design make sense for the character and their role in the story?
Take Luffy from One Piece. His loose clothes, messy hair, and constant smile instantly screams free spirit. He's a free-riding pirate. It makes sense. He's bold, chaotic, and optimistic. And his design tells you that. Now, think about Light Yagami from Death Note. Every inch of his design is polished. Hair combed, shirt buttoned, posture controlled. He looks like the perfect student. But we know he's hiding a god complex. On the surface, he's a role model student. But underneath, he's more sinister. His appearance intentionally hides his inner darkness. And we don't immediately see that through his design. We learn it through how he interacts with others. His manipulation, his cold detachment, his need to control. Because you know what really exposes a character? Relationships. Now, here's the hidden key to a truly great protagonist. If you want them to feel real, show us how they treat others. A character can say they're brave, cold-hearted, or kind, but it's their relationships that reveal who they really are. Even the smallest interactions can pull off the mask and show us their true nature. Take Tanjiro from Demon Slayer. He's not just the kid with the green checkered howdy and the Hanafuda earrings. What defines him is how he kneels to comfort Nezuko, how he fights not just for revenge, but to protect. His voice softens when he speaks to her. His eyes shift from fierce to tender. That relationship shows love, but it also reveals his values: loyalty, compassion, perseverance. Now, take someone more complicated like Bakugo. Alone, he's all explosions and ego, a walking firecracker. His design is sharp, loud, spiky, and his words even more. But when he's with Deku or All Might in a scene, the layers start to peel back. You see envy, insecurities, his need to prove himself, and later, the humility. That's character development, and it starts with relationships. It's in how your character responds to kindness, failure, conflict, or connection that we see their true self. Not who they pretend to be, but who they really are underneath. That's when your characters stop simply being drawings and start being unforgettable. Ready to finally get your own manga out into the world? I invite you to book a free one-on-one manga consultation call with us. We'll give you an exact roadmap on what you need to do next. And you'll get the chance to work with pro-Japanese mangakas and a pro manga editor who have decades of combined experience in the industry, personally going over your work and giving you feedback every step of the way. Ready to transform your manga journey? Check out the link in the description to book your free call. And for more storytelling advice, check out this video.